Welcome to Game of Roses. I'm Chad Colchin, aka Bachelor Clues, and this video is going to be the first in an ongoing series called How to Watch The Bachelor. The series is designed to explain the rules of the game of The Bachelor. I think a lot of people out there are watching the show just thinking it's kind of a frivolous dating show, but it's actually a highly intricate professional sport that exists on a set of rules that are never spoken out loud. But we here at Game of Roses have taken it upon ourselves to watch literally every episode of the show, scrutinize every second of it, and derive those rules, not only derive the rules, but derive strategies for players to go into the game, train players to go into the game, use those strategies to achieve high levels of success. And today's video is going to be covering the primary foundational rule of the game of The Bachelor. That is for the right reasons. Now, we've heard that phrase echoed since the dawn of the show, really, season 1. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be playing a few historical clips from that season to show you where the phrase originated and how it was initially used in that first season, which took place back in 2002, way before Instagram was ever on the scene. The idea of for the right reasons is essentially this. All players must convey that they are only in this game to find love and nothing else. If they get Instagram followers, if they get an official Bachelor Nation podcast hosting job, even all the trips they get to take, or if they get a pretty woman date, just the experience of the show, all these things must be conveyed to be meaningless in the face of what they're actually there for, which is to find their soulmate, get married, have kids, etc., etc. Now, the truth is, no player is 100% for the right reasons, and no player is 100% for the wrong reasons. They all exist on a sliding scale, and watching the show, you're really watching to see where does that player actually sit in that sliding scale? How close to 4TRR, as we call it, for the right reasons, or 4TWR for the wrong reasons, are they actually? And what you come to find out is most everybody, I think, is pretty much around the middle. But you have to convey that you're 100% for the right reasons. Because if anybody even gets a whiff that maybe you're there to promote your tequila brand, or you even have an Instagram account, you can get exiled from the community. We saw what happened to Brennan Marias and Piper James in Bachelor in Paradise, where they were kicked off the beach, essentially because they had a conversation about the existence of Instagram and their numbers. That said, every player coming into the game now has an Instagram, and whether they may be there to find love or not, and obviously sometimes it does happen. Sometimes players get married, they have kids, and it works out. Many of those players also have giant Instagram accounts and become professional influencers. I would point you in the direction of Lauren Lyondike and her children, who are all now influencers as well. She found love on the show. She got married. She has a family. She also has over 1 million Instagram followers and is a giant influencer. So the idea that you have to be one or the other, that there is this very black and white world, is wrong, but that is also what you must convey. The rule of the game is that you have to convey you're 100% for the right reasons. The truth is, no one is. And now, let's take a look. Historically, this is the first time the idea of for the right reasons ever came into the game. This was uttered by Rhonda Rittenhouse after she had just been kicked off in a rose ceremony. She fires a for the wrong reasons accusation at Shannon Oliver, and this is the first time in the history of the game that any player said for the wrong reasons.
Sorry. I think he made the wrong choice. I know Shannon's here for the wrong reason. She wanted a ring on her finger before she ever met the man.
So there was Rhonda Rittenhouse, who was also a very famous player in that first season because she was the first player to ever utter the line, "I'm not here to make friends." And she became something of a villain that season, maybe the first villain, you could argue. Now, I also want to take a look at the first time a player said for the right reasons, that phrase, which was also from season 1. This is Kathy Grimes on a hot seat at the Women Tell All.
What was really said about Kathy, though? She's too young. She's immature. You agree with that?
No, I don't. I like to have fun. I'm a very fun person. I'm a very honest person. And, you know, I was there for the right reasons. I was ready for a relationship, and I still am. I have all the qualities, I believe, that any man is looking for.
And so there's the history of it, where those phrases came from. I know a lot of people think that for the right reasons, this idea of are players there to get famous or there to find love, that's relatively a new thing. Maybe in the Instagram era, post Bachelor Season 18, Juan Pablo Galavis, who gave rise to both Andy Dorfman in Bachelorette Season 10 and Claire Crawley in the first quarter of Bachelorette Season 16. But the truth is, this idea of why are you here? If you're not here specifically and only to find love with this person, then you are here for the wrong reasons. That idea has been in the game since the very beginning. It's one of the hardest things to convey in terms of doing it for the entire season. We saw what just happened disastrously to Devin Strader at the end of Jen Tran's historic Bachelorette season 21 that just concluded recently, at least as of the recording of this video. He was for the right reasons the entire time. There was not a shred of doubt in anyone's mind that he was 100% for the right reasons. And then as soon as the season ends and he promptly breaks up with Jen on a 15-minute phone call, now everybody sees that entire for the right reasons performance was a lie. And so indeed, he was for the wrong reasons. But in the main season of the game, he played it perfectly and no one doubted it. So that's kind of where it is for the right reasons versus for the wrong reasons. One of the hardest things to do in the game, but it is fundamental. This is what every player must do. And I hope that this has illuminated some piece of the game for anybody watching this. Like I said, this is going to be an ongoing series of just kind of short little videos that break down the various rules of the game. We're going to have one on love levels, who Jews, one-on-one dates, group dates, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane to see the very first for the right reasons and for the wrong reasons in our beloved game.